Yeah, going off your interview with Casey McGehee, are you surprised at the kind of success he's had so far?
Not really. You know, he wasn't highly touted, so maybe he's been a little bit better than anticipated. But now's kind of the question, and so much of it is also how healthy he is. The knee bothered him last year, so it would appear he can be a regular, everyday third baseman. He's done better than expected maybe throughout his minor league career, but when you watch him, that eye test they talk about certainly seems like when he was healthy before the knee bothered him, that he could hit and play the field.
Players that have had good rookie seasons are notorious for the so-called sophomore slumps. Do you see him maybe going through one of those this year coming up? Or
that's always something you worry about, but I think that's kind of reflective of telling you about the ability of the player to adjust. I'm always amazed. It's like the sophomore slump. Shouldn't they have figured out what he couldn't do before the off season? So, but obviously that's the case.
Exactly.
They focus in on stuff, and it happens, but I think that also starts to tell you how smart a player is, because a smart player can adjust, or if their mechanics or stuff that they can adjust to that, it exists. But you know, nobody talks about the sophomore slumps of really good players.
You mentioned he wasn't very highly rated by a lot of the prognosticators out there. Matt Gamel, a guy, was highly rated compared to him, and he's kind of outplayed him and pretty much taken his spot. Do you see Gamel maybe coming on in the future and taking over for McGehee, depending upon how he does, you know, being injured and whatnot?
We got a little spoiled because Fielder and Braun were even better than advertised. Every prospect doesn't turn out that way. It's impossible to know. He can't stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy long enough to play to determine just how good he can be. But it does emphasize the point that no prospect is necessarily going to automatically be good. Ricky Weeks at the same level as Prince Fielder and Ryan Braun, but he's been hurt, so that's a part of it. And if you can't stay healthy, then you just can't play as well as Braun and Fielder have, and it speaks to them, in addition to the talent, being able to stay on the field.
And what are your predictions maybe for the Brewers coming up this year? Now they won 80 games last year with so-so pitching, and now they added Doug Davis and Randy Wolf into the equation now, so it seems like a little bit better pitching coming off an 80-win season last year. So where do you have them tagged this year, you would think?
Everybody seems to have them right about 80, and I just want to look at things because I can't see it. It seems impossible to me that they won't be at 84, 85, 86. Their pitching has to be better. And are they going to lose that many runs? You know, if Ricky Weeks stays healthy, Escobar seems to be hitting. It adds up to me almost automatically that they're going to be to around 84, maybe better, because their offense shouldn't drop off that much, and their pitching has to be better. As long as they're breathing, I can guarantee you that they're going to have a team ERA or starting pitching ERA better than last year. That's the benefit of being as pathetic as they were. They got to be better.
All right, thanks for your time, Homer. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.